Hey Mannafests and guests, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new, and especially welcome if you are a future SCAD or a SCAD parent, a SCAD anything, or anyone interested in SCAD. Also, I'm trying something new. I have a mic here. I'm testing it out for the Manna View. I just wanted to make this video because I see my dorm tour of the SCAD Turner dorm is doing very well right now. And I just wanted to honestly tell you guys what it's like living there. First, I should mention that I actually chose to stay at the Turner dorm. I chose it. Like, it was my first choice. I toured the Hive. I didn't tour Chatham, but I toured Turner as well. And I wanted to stay in Turner. I just liked it more. Two, I have to mention, I did not know my roommates before I moved in also. So that's just for a little credit. That's for a little credit. And I also loved living at the Turner dorm, and I'm still friends with my roommates to this day. So that's a little credibility, okay? That's credibility, okay? Okay. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to seem, I swear. And I'm someone who's an only child. Like, I'm used to living a certain way, child. Like, and that's coming from me, okay? So I'm gonna tell you how it is, honestly. The first thing that's really super duper important is the air humidifier that's in your room. That needs to be running and on. Savannah is a very humid place, and if that humidifier isn't on, then maybe that mold in your dorm is gonna grow. It's gonna be real nasty. So make sure that you're always emptying out your humidifier. It comes with the dorm, by the way. It comes with the dorm. Everyone gets a humidifier. If it's not working for some reason, make sure you go to Res Life and get that fixed, because you need it in your dorm, because your dorm will become a sauna if you don't have it on. It makes a beeping noise. It's really annoying. When you hear it, change it. A good rule of thumb is empty it out before you go to bed. Two, this is super duper important. This is the reason why people are very dramatic about the SCAD Turner dorm, and they say, oh my God, it's terrible. You need to have communication skills. For me, I was living with strangers that I didn't know. They knew each other. My two roommates knew each other, but I didn't, okay? You need to communicate boundaries off the get-go. And if you picked out your roommate, y'all may have talked back and forth and stuff like that, but you need to set strict boundaries before you even step in your dorm, because baby, Turner dorm, it's 2 rooms. One room is the bathroom. The bathroom, it's cozy, okay? The bathroom's cozy. I'm not gonna lie, it's cozy, but you do get a tub. I don't take baths. I didn't use the bath, but it's nice to have a tub if you wanted to. I don't. And then the room itself, it's not super duper small, but the thing is, it's one room. There's really no privacy. Like, it's a very intimate space. And if you don't set your boundaries, then you're not gonna have a good time living in the Turner dorm, because you're always gonna be in someone's space, especially if you and your roommates have the same exact schedule, like you're at the dorm at the same time. You're gonna be in each other's faces a lot, so you need to set boundaries on food, space, all that stuff. Like, anything you can think of, you need to mention it. Get it out of the way. That way, when move-in comes and it's the first week, there's no surprises, and it's also accountability. Like, for me, for example, something that I didn't explicitly say with my roommates, but I got it corrected, is I don't like to share water bottles or like drinks. I will share anything else, but I don't like sharing drinks, because look, I got my ceiling right here. I drink a lot of water, and that's because that's something I drink. I love water. That's one thing I didn't share. 3, check with your roommates about their schedules. There's 3 of us in the dorm. One of my roommates, we had kind of the same-ish schedule. We had the same-ish schedule minus like 1 class. And my other roommate, we had opposite schedule. In the morning time, like getting ready, there wouldn't be too much overlapping. Like second quarter, all 3 of my roommates, we were all acting majors. We all had the same 8 a.m. class, 1 quarter, and that did not get in the way of anything, because we had communication. Communication basically is a big part of it. You know, it's a system, okay? You need to have communication, you need to be able to work together. 4, because Turner House is such an intimate space, when it comes to guests, you need to definitely talk to your roommates about guests. Out of my roommates, I was the one who usually had like friends over, people over, but I would always ask them beforehand, because sometimes, I mean, me and my roommates, we always had things to do, so there would be times where I'm by myself for like a few hours, especially at night and stuff like that. Ask your roommates if they're okay with that, because like, it's one room. Just ask about guests, ask guest policy. And here's the thing, if you know you're strict about guests, you're gonna have to loosen up, in the sense of like, people are gonna come over, and the thing is, like, it's a shared space, but the thing that sucks about it is it's one room. So you guys need to meet in the middle somewhere. Listen, I'm being so honest with you. If you have like overnight guests, which are not allowed, but if you have overnight guests or whatever, please communicate that with your roommates and don't cause an issue. Because if you cause issues, if your overnight guest is just pushing boundaries of your roommate or something, then maybe you can get in trouble, because they can report you. But also, as that roommate, like, don't beef with your roommates. Like, don't do it. Be cordial and be polite. Which brings me to point number 5. Just be respectful. Like, honestly, respect goes a huge way. I don't think you have to earn respect from someone. I think respect should just be given to someone until they prove they don't need it, if that makes sense. But you need to respect your roommates, respect their boundaries, and respect the rules that they have, in the sense of, like, you know, that valid rules. Like, just always ask your roommates everything. Just ask. Don't assume, just ask. Just because, once again, I can't stress this enough, Turner is a very intimate space. If it's awkward and there's tension, baby, that creates a space that ain't comfortable for nobody, and y'all don't need that. Your RA is your friend. Your RA isn't an enemy. I love my RA Abby. I love you, girl. One of my really good friends is an RA as well. Your RAs, once again, they're students just like you. If they're at Turner, most of them are probably actually sophomores, so they were just you. Just honestly, don't make their job harder than it has to be. Don't be having silly conflicts with your roommates. Like, be respectful. And respectful in all areas, like you're sharing an area with people. Ask your RAs questions, and even with room checks and stuff like that, don't leave stuff out that you're not supposed to have out, because that puts your RA in a position to have to, like, report it. Like, come on, like, let's say you can't have irons, for example. Let's say your iron is right here on the bed. Girl, no, hide it. And the thing is, your RAs, they don't go through things. They don't go through cabinets unless they have a reason to. In the sense of, like, you left something bad out, and they're just like, well, now I gotta go through your stuff. And they can't even go through your stuff because they have to call people. The point is, look at the do not have list. When you get a room check, just hide it. And don't put your roommates in an uncomfortable position. Don't put yourself in that uncomfortable position, child. Like, Ooh, this is a good one. Closet space. So if there's 2 built-in closets, but they now have 3 people per dorm, right? So someone's not getting a closet. I'm someone who has a lot of clothes. I know it doesn't seem like I do based on, like, I be wearing the same, like, 10 outfits, but I actually have a lot of clothes, and I knew that, and I knew sharing 2 closets wasn't gonna be enough for me. Brought a dresser, a full stand dresser, and people are asking me dimensions. It was about, like, 6 foot. It was taller than me, and it was about 3.5 to 4.5 feet long. I can't remember exactly. Also, it's in storage in Savannah. If you have a lot of clothes, you'll need to bring something like that in. Check my dorm tour video to see how I fit it in. I bought, like, a little cubby thing from Walmart. Each bed comes with a dresser. So I had, like, 3 places to put my clothes. Don't give nobody a slither of a closet, okay? At Turner House, you need lamps. You need a lamp for your desk, okay? Because, once again, it's 1 room, so there's 2 lights. I'm someone who's an early bird, and I'm not a night owl. I will be in bed usually by 10 p.m. That doesn't mean I'm sleeping, by the way. You're bound to have people staying up for homework. Get a lamp. Don't leave that overhead light on. That's no, that's annoying. Don't be doing that. You need a lamp for your desk. Whether it's a sunset lamp, which me and my roommates, we loved our sunset lamp. Whether it's a lamp, whatever, something to shine on whatever you need to do, and turn off the main light. Unless you can sleep like a baby, I'm a medium sleeper, okay? If I hear something, it's gonna wake me up, but, like, I can sleep. You need an eye cover. You need eye covers. I'm telling you now, I was begging for eye covers just because, listen, you are on different schedules. And, like, you know, when I go to bed, I wanna go to bed, okay? I don't want light creeping through, so get eye covers. For the room, as for cleaning stuff, a Swiffer is good, but you definitely need a broom and a dustpan. You need a broom and a dustpan. It gets really dusty, and I would even say, maybe even a vacuum. You could substitute out the Swiffer and the broom with a cute vacuum just to just suck everything up real quick. Apollo, move. My dog is sniffing me under the table. The floor is wood. It's not wood, it's like fake wood. Ammonium. It's fake wood, it's that plastic wood. Hollywood, something, whatever it's called, plywood. Something like that. Make sure you get your laundry in a reasonable time. Now listen, you don't have to be there right when your laundry finishes. That's nice. It can take like an hour 15, hour and a half max to do usually. If you have class in an hour, don't put your stuff in the laundry. If you're not gonna be there to take it out in a reasonable amount of time, people will get mad. People are gonna post on, like, the Snap story, Turner House, get your out of the laundry. They'll post that on the story, which don't do that. Like, stop doing that. Be respectful. Like, people be so disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. Like, there's been a time, and I will admit, there's been times where I'll forget I did my laundry, and I'll leave it in there for like an hour. And there's been only 1 or 2 times where my laundry was put off to the side or something like that. But I mean, honestly, that was my fault. Like, I left it in there. I lived on the second floor, laundry's on the second floor. Ooh, it was a blessing. But even still, I had a little bit of a trek to the laundry room. And don't be embarrassed with your hamper. And also, don't be embarrassed like what's in your laundry. No one cares. I mean, everyone has to do the laundry walk of shame. It's a walk of shame just because your laundry's heavy and you walk like. So we'll get into like, I guess, building-ish thing. I lived on the second floor, but basically all the floors when it rains, they're all prone to flooding. Flooding, I will admit, flooding is terrible in the Turner dorm, but in Savannah, since it's right next to the ocean and stuff like that, like when it rains, it pours, and when it pours, it rains. When it mists, it rains. The rain is bad. They do have people that like sweep the water off the railing, but when it rains, don't wear your good shoes. Don't be wearing your good shoes when it rains. Have your humidifier on because you don't understand. Like, it is actually crazy to think about how much that humidifier sucks water out of the air. It is like at least maybe 2 or 4 gallons of water a day just coming out of the humidifier. It's a lot. The walls of Turner are pretty standard walls. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, me and my roommates, we were the loud room, but like not the like actually terrible loud room. It's just our neighbors, they like, listen, they didn't really like noise, okay? So if we was being like mid-rowdy, you know, they would knock on the door, they would knock on the wall, and like that would be like, okay, like be quiet. If you're having like a normal conversation like this, you're not gonna be able to hear it. But like if you're talking loud plus, like if you're talking medium loud plus, like you might hear it and stuff like that. Just keep this in mind. Once again, majority of the rooms have 3 people per room and different majors all across the board. I know we're performing arts majors, that's what we like to call ourselves. We sing, we'd be singing, not during quiet hours. Don't sing during quiet hours, that's annoying, don't do that. After 9 p.m., like, be cute. But like during the daytime, noise is prone to happen, noise can happen, they're not doing anything wrong. Now, if it's super duper excessive, then you should definitely like get your neighbors, you should get their Instagrams, numbers, whatever, and just like politely text them. Like there's no need to be getting RAs involved. RAs already have so much to do, and also RAs are students. They're people too, they got things to do, they got finals. Don't get RAs involved over like petty things when you can just solve it yourself. Like we all should be mature, and most of us are adults. Like I know we're not grown, but we need to handle things by ourselves. We need to do problem solving. If you do have a noisy neighbor, just like politely get their information, make friends with them, ask them what they do. I personally didn't have my neighbors' Instagram. I don't even know their names. They didn't probably know our names, but they would knock on the wall and be like, oh, it's time to be quiet. The bathrooms, when you turn on the light, have an automatic fan. Sometimes what you'll have to do is if you like to take long, hot, steamy showers, the humidity of the shower, it just travels. Like the water from the shower, like it makes your bathroom like collect dust a little bit. So you will have to clean your bathroom often, but it's nothing like super duper crazy. Have your humidifier at the front door. Sorry, my dog's here. If you do a mini fridge rental, honestly, you probably won't be using or needing your micro fridge too much. For example, I know I said I had like drinks and stuff like that, but my waters, I would put like maybe 2 or 3 at a time in the refrigerator, and like I would have coffee stuff. Like I'd have coffee creamer. Like we didn't really use the micro fridge too much. Like we have facial, like we ice our face, like put that in the freezer. If you have a meal plan, like an on-campus meal plan, that's what it's called, an on-campus meal plan, you probably won't be using your micro fridge too much unless you just like to buy like cold snacks. You should have one, you should definitely have one, but you probably won't be using it that much and won't be filling it. For the 2024-2025 school year, you probably already bought them. Just share with your roommates, just split it. Y'all don't need more than one. I think your room can only have one. Anyway, if you wanna get outside of your dorm, if you don't like to study in places you rest, because once again, I said this so many times, but Turner dorm is 1.5 rooms. It's 1 room. Ain't nobody studying in the bathroom. Go to Clark Hall, but there is a but. Clark Hall is the architect building. Be mindful of the rooms that are only for architect students. If you see a room at Clark Hall, there are some classes where architect students just leave their things there because there's only one class that goes to that building or that room. Just avoid those rooms, don't go in them. If an architect student sees you in there and you're obviously not an architect student and you're not working on something, they're gonna get mad and you're gonna get kicked out. You're just kicked out of the room, not kicked out of the building. Computer lab's always a great space. And this is mostly for, I'm talking to visual media like painting, drawing, stuff like that. Clark Hall is a great place for that. They have those desks you can pull and stuff. Go to the computer labs. There's gonna be people in there, but the thing is, everyone there is studying. Everyone has an AirPod in. Nobody's really in your business like that. It's not awkward at all. Like, child, like, it's not even awkward to eat. And this is my last thing. This is not specific to Turner at all, but this is specific to any SCAD student. Be respectful of workers at SCAD. Professors, cooks, anyone that works for SCAD, be very respectful, because these people work very, very hard, just as we work very, very hard. And respect isn't earned. Respect should be given at the start. Clean up after yourselves in the cafeteria. You do not have maids. You do not have servants. Nobody at SCAD does, okay? Be like a decent person. Yeah, that's a really big one. Treat everyone with respect. Be respectful. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you see me on campus, don't be afraid. That would literally make my day. Like, I've had like 2 or 3 people be like, oh my God, I saw your video. That's what made me come to SCAD. Like, I've had a few people say that, which was, I was like, what? So please, if you see me, please talk to me. Like, I love meeting new people. I literally love it. That's the whole point at SCAD. While you're at SCAD, make opportunities, make connections. Don't be fake though. Don't be no snake. And don't be a user. But make connections with people. That's the whole point of SCAD. If you see me, definitely speak to me. I would love to get to know you and introduce ourselves properly. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next video. And I will see some of y'all on campus. Bye!
You got it right.